Well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this voiceover party started. Let me go ahead and link this to Twitter as well. All right, we'll go here. Then we'll share. And then we'll put it in here. All right, everything appears to be in order. Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the game plan for today. So, I said I was going to do a voiceover stream for today, and we got some characters to go over, such as one suggested by CJ and one suggested by, well, myself, because I kind of wanted to see some other characters I wanted to do some lines for as well. So, we'll just be covering that here in a moment. Now, one of the ones that was suggested to me was a character called Dole Magus. And apparently Dole Magus comes from Dragon Quest, looks to be 8. And apparently he's one of the bosses in the game. So let's just go about and seeing about voicing him. So, real quick, let me just bring this window over to one side, and then bring chat over to one side, so I can see what you guys say. And then we'll continue on. So we got Dole Magus here. Let's see his personality. That'll help determine how I do his voice. So not much is known about Dole Magus' personality before he was taken over by the scepter, but it is known that he is quite ambitious, stealing it to become the greatest magician of all time. Let's see, Nintendo 3DS version reveals he was nervous a lot around Rylus and was known to be impatient, wanting to learn magic, and was usually upset at the fact that Rylus refused to teach anything until he believed that Dole Magus was ready. After a scolding from Rylus, however, he became cunning, as evidenced by him posing as a jester to gain access to Castle Trodane. He insults Trode and Media, calling the former King Toad, and is impressed with Trode knowing about his real intentions for visiting the castle. After becoming possessed by the scepter, he becomes a servant to Rapthorn's will, performing villainous acts as he travels across the land in search of the Seven Sages' descendants. He even derives pleasure from the suffering of others, freezing people like Alistair in place before slowly walking towards them and killing them. Oh, so he's a sadistic type of dude. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get some lines. Because here, it just has Dole Magus usually before or after defeating an opponent. Good to see you, CJ. And it has him saying, "Such a pity." So since he had time as a jester, I would imagine he had a voice like that of sounding like a jester. Well, actually, you know what? I could just look up his voice because apparently he has an English voice actor as well. So let me see if I can pull that up. Real quick, let's see if I can get his voice. Oh, so I wasn't far off from the way his voice says. From what his voice is like. "I'm healing. This magic is so overwhelming that my body can hardly contain it. Such is its power." Yeah, that's exactly how he sounds. Okay. That's exactly how he sounds, so I wasn't far off when I started. This is the first time I'm listening to Dole Magus the first time, because I'm looking at a video for Dragon Quest 8, and it's boss number 7, Dole Magus, and his voice is kind of like how I started out with, so I just need to make it sound more nasally. "I'm healing.
This magic is so overwhelming that my body can hardly contain it. Such is its power. A small price to pay for obtaining such unimaginable might. Anyway, you won't be staying long, will you?
He just has more of a British accent. Yeah, so my voice wasn't off. My tone wasn't off. It was the accent. So I actually had to have more of a British accent for him.
Anyway, you won't be staying long, will you? Such a pity. You won't be able to fulfill your master's wish.
I'm going line after line as he's doing this little boss battle intro.
But at least you shall fulfill your own destiny, to die at my hand.
There's more emphasis on the H when he says hand. It's not just hand, it says
to die at my hand.
There it is. There it is.
To die at my hand. But at least you shall fulfill your own destiny, to die at my hand.
Nah, that sounds more like it. I wonder what other lines does he have? We just have his sprites, we have his trivia. The quote that he says before you fight him as a legacy boss is the same one he says before you fight a second form in Dragon Quest VIII.
You worthless fools. Prepare to be crushed. You will never pester me again.
You know what? I think with me having like these filters and all these things for my mic right here is going to make my voice come through even a lot more clear than before. Yo, D-Train, what's going on? Good to see you. We're just going through some voice lines for today's voiceover stream, going through one of the suggested voices that CJ wanted, Dole Magus from Dragon Quest VIII. Next up was going to be Fractos, so I'm going to definitely look up some lines for him. Real quick, while I got the chance, let me actually look up some lines for Fractos. And speaking of, like, games and games linked to anime and Japanese games overall, I've just been thinking for the longest time how nice a My Hero Academia Muso game would be. Because there are tons of characters in that series that have exactly what it takes to pull off being in a Muso game. From All Might to Endeavor to Dabi, Shigaraki, All for One, Midoriya, Bakugo. There's a ton of characters in My Hero Academia that could work really well in a Muso format. And I've just been thinking about what it would be like to play a game like that. Not a battle royale, not no turn-based game, but an actual Muso game with tons of enemies and you're just playing as your favorite quirky individuals in a Muso setting. It would just fit perfectly. Now, mind you, I want a Bleach and Naruto or even a Star Wars Muso before My Hero Academia, but I would like to see one get made of My Hero Academia as well, because I would definitely play that. But that's just been a thought that's been on my mind all morning, and I've just been thinking about it constantly. Even more so when I read the recent chapter, I've just been thinking, wow, Dabi's kind of strong, and he's using his quirk to cover a wide area. He would be great as a character in a Muso game. So there's just a couple of lines for Dole Magus here and there. Let me see if I can find some other ones real quick. Dole Magus's pass. And this is from Dragon Quest VIII on the 3DS, Dole Magus' Pass. Or Magus' Pass. And this is him talking to his master, but he can't stand the fact that he's not teaching him magic.
How many years has it been now? How many years spent scrubbing floors and dusting shelves? Is this truly what it is to be a mage's apprentice? He hasn't taught me a thing. What little magic I do now, I do know. I've had to teach myself. If such piffling parlor tricks can even be called magic. How am I ever going to master real spells when my every waking minute is taken up with mind-numbing chores?
Then apparently he's looking at his master's book.
A legendary scepter? Sealed away in Castle Trodaine? That's it. That's the answer. If I only had that scepter, I could wield any magic I wanted.
I'm looking for some more lines in this video. Oh, and this is when he makes his way to the castle in order to get his hands on a staff, and he's posing as a jester in front of the king.
It is an honor to be allowed to entertain you, your majesty. I have prepared some tricks for your amusement.
And then apparently he's making his way through the castle to try and steal this staff. This is him after getting his hands on the staff and almost taking over the whole castle. And then Dole Magus proceeds to kill his master. With him looking at his master's corpse saying,
Such a pity. Such a pity.
very impressive so far, especially for a character that you're not very familiar with. I know, you know me, CJ. I tend to adapt very quickly, which in this type of profession is something very useful. Plus, I'm slightly a bit of a perfectionist a little bit, so whenever I nail something, I want to make sure I do it perfectly each time, and I'll keep refining it until I can do it on either the first, second, or third try. And he's just walking away saying,
Such a pity. Such a pity.
after setting fire to the entire town. But that's all I can really find for Dole Magus. Okay, so for now, let's move on to Fractos. And they don't really give much of a description about his personality. So I guess I'll just figure it out from here. See if I can find some other lines. Find some lines for him. So let's go to Fractos quotes. Or maybe there's something up here for him on the Villains Wiki. Not fractions, Fractos! Yes! Yes! Yes, thank you, Villain Wiki! Yo, Ixie, welcome to another voiceover stream. So, here's the deal about Fractos. Personality is Fractos is an arrogant individual that believes that he is above all life forms and thinks that he has surpassed gods. He is also manipulative, as he is able to make kingdoms fight against each other by telling them about property, and managed to make the king of Accordia to believe that he is his brother. Fractos is also cold-hearted, as he disposes the king of Accordia once he is useless to him. He also greatly hated Unos for sealing him away, to the point that Fractos wanted to kill Unos' descendants as revenge. So, high and mighty dude, lofty attitude, thinks everyone is beneath him. Okay, let's see if we can get the tone right. Or I could also just look up his voice. I'm making this harder on myself than it needs to be. So let's bring up Fractos. Fractos. In Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Let me fast forward where we see Fractos. Ah, here we go. Okay, I'm looking at his cutscene. Oh, so that's how he sounds. My congratulations, humans. Don't forget the British accent. Oh, don't worry. I can tell already. He tends to have. They always tend to have like a British accent or an accent of some kind. It is very rare for Dragon Quest characters to have just like a regular American sounding voice. My congratulations, humans. How marvelous it must feel to such lowly creatures to bask in my divine presence once more. I confess, when I unleashed the dread bolt and struck down that eyesore of a tower, I rather thought I had seen the last of you. I'm just going by the video, but the video doesn't have the lines all in one setting. I do not know whether to be impressed by your tenacity, or amused that you should imagine yourselves worthy to face me. Despite all evidence to the contrary. And then I have all these, a whole bunch of his quotes right here. Since I am in such a good mood, I will grant you the explanation you so fervently desired. I borrowed this old fool's form with one thing in mind, to corrupt the purpose of your precious property. And then this is him explaining King of Accordia's true colors.
In his heart of hearts, your High King was an unusually fatalistic creature. I had to but coax out his true nature.
And then another one where he's, before fighting the heroes, he says,
Yapping dogs, whelps, I have seen it all. You bark, you snap, you bare your teeth and growl, and yet when faced with the power of the master, you would beg like the pet you are. But you will find no mercy here. The flames of hell await you. Now come to me and burn.
And then his last words when you beat him is,
What is happening to me? I have transcended my mortal form, and yet my body, my beautiful body.
and that's just all the lines that they give him on his villain wiki, but I know he has more. I just need to find a transcript of some kind. That's the real trick, ain't it? Trying to find some transcripts for lines. Oh, quotes. Thank you, IMDb. And of course, it says we don't have any quotes. Of course. Well, that's all I can really read from Fractals unless I continue to look at this boss video. And he pretty much just in this video went through all the lines that I just went through already. All right, let's try another one. So he's got knocked down by the heroes and he's laughing maniacally.
Oh, my poor little darlings. Did you think you had beaten the big bad monster? Ever so sorry, but you must try harder.
Let me try that again.
Ever so sorry, but you must try harder.
There we go. I got to keep that kind of hollowish tone to it.
We've barely even started, and you've barely made a scratch. The time has come for you to learn the true meaning of power. Now, cower for me, like good little pets, and die.
He's got a really good laugh on him. He likes cackling out loud, doesn't he? Like that.
Well now, this is a surprise. Unos, old boy, I had found your elusive offspring at last. So, I have merely to pluck off their heads and my revenge against you will be complete. And then at long last, I alone will be supreme sovereign of this world. And all the 7 realms shall answer to me. "1,000 years ago, almost to the hour, I took on this monstrous form and settled down to wait. To await the day that I would meet you, children of Unos, and tear you limb from limb.
And then I think this is the moment where he fully transforms into his big monster form. Yeah, I don't think he has any more lines. Yeah, he's gone full monster. He's gone full monster, so now he's no longer at a point where he, Yep, he's saying his final lines like, I have transcended my mortal form, and yet...
How can this be? My body! My body! My beautiful body!
You know, death rattle. And then I guess he just explodes in the air. Yep, he just blew up. He blew up. I got something. I want to read some lines from Kingdom Hearts because due to Kingdom Hearts 4 being a thing, and to those who don't know, we are getting Kingdom Hearts 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the thing is, the game is going to be in Unreal Engine 5. The gameplay trailer that you saw, like the preview trailer, that was only the demo of that trailer was in UE4, Unreal Engine 4, but the game itself that the develop team says it will be in Unreal Engine 5. I'm excited for the next Kingdom Hearts. I know people were not as appreciative of Kingdom Hearts 3. Sure, it had its moments. Some moments made you question a couple of things, but I still enjoyed playing through Kingdom Hearts 3. And I know for a fact, I'm just saying this right now. I'm going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 on this, Kingdom Hearts 4 on this channel. Hopefully by that time I'm doing, this channel is being run full time. I know for a fact it's going to happen before then. I know it. I know it is because, I mean, that's just the desire I have. I know for a fact I'm going to be running this channel full time before we get Kingdom Hearts 4, but I'm looking forward to it. But we have a long list of Xehanort quotes. Now, I gotta sound like a collary old man a little bit. Maybe a little hint of Leonard Nimoy in there. But I won't try to overdo it or try to oversell it. I'll try and refine it as much as I can. So, we can start with some Xehanort quotes, and there's a lot of good quotes in Kingdom Hearts. I could basically go for any of the Organization 13 members if I wanted to. So, except for Larxene. My voices for women are not the best. But let's get it started. So with Birth by Sleep, we have Xehanort musing on the Destiny Islands with him saying, This world is just too small. But darkness did cover the world once in legend. We know so little about the Keyblade War, only that it was just the beginning. Amidst that crisis, a precious light was found. It is a curious tale, and one worth exploring. They say ruin brings about creation. So what then would another Keyblade War bring? When the darkness falls, will we be found worthy of the precious light the legend speaks of? I must have these answers. The Keyblade needs to be forged, and with it the door to the Keyblade War unlocked. And then he's speaking to Ericus, saying, But once again you have it all wrong, Ericus. Darkness is a beginning, you see, not an end. At birth, every one of us emerges from darkness into a world of light, do we not? And then when Ericus asked him if the darkness has taken him, he just says, Not your concern. And then when he's trying to get Ventus to succumb to the darkness, No, it's because you're trying to hold it in. Let the dark impulses waken in the pit of your heart. Release them, here and now. Sharpen your fear into rage. You must.
If you do not let the storm within you run its course, it will wipe you from the face of the world. Make no mistake. Do it. Embrace the darkness. Produce for your master the Keyblade.
And right before creating Vanitas, he says,
Really? You would rather die than use the power? Feckless neophyte. If I must, I will extract the darkness from within you myself.
and then when he's naming Vanitas, he says,
Empty creature from Ventus Riven, to you the name Vanitas shall be given.
Then leaving Vanitas on Destiny Islands.
There, you see, an empty world, like a prison. I imagine you will be right at home.
Let's see if we can find some more deep lines. Revealing Vanitas' origins to Terra.
Vanitas is the darkness that was inside your friend. It was an accident. While training with me, Ventus succumbed to darkness, and there was but one way to save him. Strip that part of him away. And thus Vanitas was made. In the process, I damaged Ventus's heart in the most horrific way. So I did what I felt was right, and left him with Ericus. I knew the boy could not stay with me, the man who did him such grievous harm.
And then, feigning regret over the creation of Vanitas,
he has no control over the darkness in his heart. The Keyblade is not his to bear. He is an abomination beyond hope of salvation. Lend me your strength, Terra. Right this wrong that I have wrought.
And then, yo, Psycho, what's going on? We're going through some character lines. I'm going through the lines of Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts. In celebration of Kingdom Hearts 4 becoming a thing. Trying to convince Terra to join him.
Then don't. You could be my pupil. Master Ericus, you see, is so afraid of darkness that he too has succumbed, not to darkness, but to light. It shines so bright he forgets that light begets darkness. And Aqua and Ventus, their lights shine too bright. It is only natural that they cast shadows on your heart. Ericus, he's such a fool. Light and darkness, they are a balance, one that must always be maintained. Terra, you are the one who shows the true mark of mastery. But he refuses to see it, and I know why. It is because he fears you. Join me. You and I can do the world's much greater good by wielding light and darkness in equal shares. See more worlds. Seek out the darkness that upsets the balance. Find Vanitas and bring an end to him. Master Terra.
And then we go down here, encouraging Ventus to remember Vanitas.
Ah, yes, so you're starting to realize what you lost. Oh, but not for good. You had to lose in order to find. Now it can all be yours again, if you only reach out and take it. Reclaim the part that left you. Clash with him. Pure light against pure darkness, to forge the ultimate key, the all-powerful Keyblade.
And then turning Ventus against Master Ericus.
Ericus knows it too. He knows exactly what you are. Haven't you ever wondered why he never granted you permission to leave his side to grow stronger? Ericus was frightened of you. If you were to learn the truth, realize what you are. He never trusted you. Why else would he keep you within his sight at all times?
All right, let's skip down to Dream Drop Distance. And Let's see. Because I want to get to the one where he is talking to them. When he's talking to them and we find out the real reason why Organization 13 exists. I want to find those lines because that's a very important moment in Kingdom Hearts history. Let me see. Let's see. Reminding Sora of his visits to Traverse Town. You've been here many times. Your first journey, your voyage through memories. In the datascape in your dreams, relived again and again, like deja vu. And then, after Sora defeats Xemnas, you just make it too easy. I know you think you've won, but you lost the moment you dive this far in. You're in the deepest pit of slumber, and you've worn yourself down to nothing. There's no returning to the world above. And then explains to Sora about his path. We told you, it was not the sleeping keyholes that guided you. They are not the reason you are here. You've been on a path, one we laid out for you. That sigil on your chest is the proof. See? That sigil. The key. It tells us where you are at all times. You had wondered aloud before why we kept showing up where you were. It's because we need you, Sora. Or to be more precise, we need what will be left of you, the 13th Dark Vessel. And then, when Sora asks why was it assured you would come here today? Because I followed my destined path, and I'm here looking at you right now. You could move through time, but time itself is immovable. Today, all of my selves throughout time were meant to gather here, and to welcome you, Sora, as our 13th member. These facts cannot be changed. And then, when Sora asks what is going to happen, I have told you all that I know. We are all here, and what the future holds in store is beyond my sight. I will return to my own time, and grow into the man who becomes all these others. While I know this future now that I have lived it, returning to my own time will erase the memories and experience I have gained here. Still, my appointed path is now etched in my heart, which will first lead me to seek the outside world. Oh, wow. I've been reading it wrong this whole time. All these lines have been of young Xemnas and not have been young Xehanort and not Master Xehanort, the old dude. So I've been reading all these lines, most of these lines for all the lines in Dream Drop Distance thus far as old Xehanort rather than young one. Well, dang, I messed that one up. My bad. All of this was decided. My 12 selves would welcome me here on this day, when I would return a complete person. It is the future which lies beyond my sight. In ancient times, people believed that light was a gift from an unseen land by the name of Kingdom Hearts. But Kingdom Hearts was safeguarded by its counterpart, the Keyblade. Warriors vied for that precious light, thus beginning the Keyblade War. The violent clash shattered the Keyblade into 20 pieces, 7 of light and 13 of darkness. And the only real Kingdom Hearts was swallowed by the darkness, never to surface again. I once tried to create my own pure light and darkness to forge the Keyblade, but the attempt ended in failure. In my eagerness, I had lost sight of the correct way to achieve my goal. I acted rashly. I can admit that now. And then when he's leaving with the new organization, he says, "We are out of time. Never the union of light nor darkness has been achieved, and we must all return whence we came. But the gathering of the 7 and 13 is nigh. Let us finish this at the fated place, once your lights and my darknesses have joined together." But those are some of the lines from Xehanort. Let me pull up some lines from Xemnas a little bit.
Let me get some lines from Xemnas. Get some lines from Xemnas.
Ah, quotes. I love it when pages have quotes. Didn't he fight Palpatine in Death Battle? Who, Xehanort? Hold on. Yes, but it was in... Oh. Oh. He's going to. Apparently, it's a future episode for Death Battle. If I'm looking at this right. If I'm looking at this right, then this episode hasn't aired yet. Apparently it's supposed to be... Because in the last one, it was Galactus versus Unicron. At least I hope I'm looking at this right. But apparently, Palpatine versus Xemnas is supposed to be like a future one? If I'm looking at the Death Battle Wiki, I think this is supposed to be a future episode. So, Galactus versus Unicron. Then after them... Well, actually, it really does. It just says to be announced. It just says to be announced, really. So, yeah. It says Emperor Palpatine versus Master Xehanort is a 156 episode and season 9 premiere of Death Battle, featuring Emperor Palpatine from the Star Wars series and Master Xehanort from the Kingdom Hearts series in a battle of old, cunning, menacing masterminds of darkness. Interesting. So this is, but it says the air date is like February of 2023. So I don't know how official this is. But it does have like a Death Battle X. It does have it as a Death Battle X between Palpatine and Xehanort. And that dropped in July of last year. Yeah, it's an episode of DBX with Palpatine versus Xehanort. But let's get to some Xemnas lines. Meeting with Ansem and the others in the castle that never was. I was wondering who would dare interfere with my Kingdom Hearts. And look, here you all are. How convenient for me. Ansem the Wise, you look pathetic. And mocking Ansem the Wise before his device explodes. Students do take after their teachers. Only a fool would be your apprentice. After all, none of this would have happened without you. You are the source of all heartless. It was your research that inspired me to go further than you ever dared.
And then it has him lamenting over Kingdom Hearts.
Oh. Oh. My Kingdom Hearts. Ruined. Now I'll have to start all over again. Warriors of the Keyblade, go forth and bring me more hearts. Denizens of light, answer this. Why do you hate the darkness?
Then during his speech to Sora, Riku, and Mickey,
then allow me another question. You accept darkness, yet choose to live in the light. So why is it that you loathe us who teeter on the edge of nothing? We who were turned away by both light and dark, never given a chance, never given a choice.
Sorry, I read that line wrong. My bad. And then before his first fight,
very good. You don't miss a thing. I cannot feel sorrow. No matter what misery befalls the world, no matter what you think, what you feel, or how you exist.
And then before fusing himself with Kingdom Hearts,
hear me, Kingdom Hearts. It seems we must begin anew. But know this. I will give to you as many hearts as it takes. Mark my words. You can no more be complete without me than I without you. Heed me, Kingdom Hearts. Lend me your power so that we may be complete. The power to erase the fools that hinder us. Hearts quivering with hatred. Hearts burning with rage. Hearts scarred by envy. That fool Ansem said the heart's true nature was beyond his understanding. But it's not beyond mine. Hearts are the source of all power. So, it seems your hearts have led you to obliteration. Perhaps it doesn't pay to be too loyal to one's heart. I will have to be sure and remember that.
you know nothing, understand nothing. I wonder, where is that line? Let me see. It might be in here. It doesn't show up. It doesn't show up there. Let's try Kingdom Hearts 3. Then responding to Sora's goal of bringing back Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Roxas should have never existed in the first place. What you seek is impossible.
And questioning Sora further on his plan.
And in the unlikely event you did manage to separate the two, where is it you think you can put his heart?
Then responding to Sora's conviction.
Nothing would please us more than Roxas's return, of course.
And then informing Sora about how he could bring Roxas back.
Still so blind. A nobody is what's left behind when one gives his heart to darkness. There is only one way to bring Roxas back. which is for you to give your heart up as well. Sora, have you finally decided to call upon the darkness? Now, set your heart free. Then, when he's speaking to Larxene, Marluxia, and Demyx, he says, "Let them believe as much. If they think we have all 13 darknesses, then they will panic. And panic leads to a lack of preparation." Then to Marluxia, Demyx, and Larxene again. "The first 6 members of the original organization were all apprentices to Ansem the Wise, and the 7th and 8th members joined thereafter. The 13th member was Roxas, a Keyblade wielder. So, what about you? How do you suppose I chose numbers 9 through 12? And then again to the 3. Wrong. You have been brought together for another purpose. You 4 are going to reveal your greatest secret, the ancient Keyblade legacy that slumbers within you. But first, your light shines far too brightly. It must be extinguished in order for the truth to be seen." And then, angrily asking Lee his final words before death, "There was a time when I trusted you to deal with traitors, and now your betrayal outstrips them all. What final words do you have for your superior?" And then, referring to Lee's time as Axel when he sacrificed himself to save Sora, "Ah, ever the rogue pawn, knocked from the board early in the game, utterly useless and forgotten." See if we can find some more. Revealing his newfound emotions of loneliness and admitting he actually cared for his organization. "I feel the emptiness where my companions once stood. I took them for granted. And now I have nothing. My first surge of emotions in years." Oh, okay, that's actually a good idea. Hold on. Maybe I could put up a picture of the character or characters that you're currently voicing next time. It will help further clarify things and occupy the attention of some of the other viewers. That's actually a good idea. Let me get Xemnas as I'm going over his lines here. It would have to be a little bit more downtime as I'm getting the pictures just to put up there. But I understand what you mean, CJ. It would greatly help people out. Yeah, you see what I mean? Just a little bit of downtime as I'm getting the pictures of characters themselves. So maybe next time when I'm doing this, and this is a learning experience for me. This is a learning experience for me for future references, so that whenever I'm doing a character, I will bring up their picture first before I start doing their lines. So thank you, CJ. I never really thought about bringing up pictures. I thought my voice would be enough, but this is a good way for me to, you know, give people an example of the characters I'm going to be doing throughout an entire stream. So thank you. I will definitely make note of that and be more prepared so that way if people shoot out character ideas or characters that they want me to go over, I will get the picture first, put it up, and then go through the lines so people know exactly what I'm doing rather than just trying to guesstimate. Like I said, that's it's a learning process. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that later. Then we have Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, which I haven't finished yet on Kingdom Hearts 3. Kind of need to go back and do that. Admitting his confusion over Zion's return as a vessel for Xehanort. It was erased from all memories, and it harbors absolutely no knowledge of who it really was, of who it really is. Even I had forgotten its existence, but like the others, I could not recall why. Usually enough for you, but it further accentuates things for others. Yes, it'll help out. It'll just help out people in general. It'll just make the stream even more immersive so that people can have an image to link the voice to, which is why I enjoyed reading through manhwas and going through One Piece, because at least you have a picture to link the voices to, which helps out when instead of you just reading chapter books and stuff like manhwas over light novels, you have something to link the voice to, which gives you much something greater to attach to when you're experiencing the story. Which is why my solo leveling series did so well when I read through it. Truly, the perfect pawn created for this very battle. And then explaining why the real Organization 13 must fight the Guardians of Light. Without the battle between the 7 lights and 13 darknesses, Kingdom Hearts requires the 7 hearts. That is why we seek to destroy the Guardians. Are you truly foolish enough to believe you can defeat us? Then mocking Lee being incapable of defeating the revived Zion and forgetting about her as well. Even if you possess the strength, this being cannot be defeated by your hands, even if memories are lost from you both. And then taunting Roxas as he prepares to train the life force out of both Sora and Kairi. Now watch as your friends slowly vanish into nothing. And then declaring to eliminate the traitors of the original Organization 13. These useless pawns must be cleared from the board. And those are his last lines in the Kingdom Hearts series. And then it just goes into his battle quotes from 358 Days Over 2. And then other ones. They're not as long, nor are they as in-depth. So that's all there is for Xemnas at the moment. Another character I kind of wanted to do some lines for is Orochimaru. So let me go down here. See if I can find some good quotes for Orochimaru. And then let me pull up his picture as well, so you guys have something to link the voice to. Orochimaru! All right. let's switch over to Orochimaru. See, I just need to find a photo and then just save it and then just have it right here. All right, sweet. Time for Orochimaru. Here we got 16 quotes. And we have one here for Orochimaru where he says, "Hate only gives birth to even more hate. Real power is forged from the desire smoldering in the heart. It fans into the flame and begins to burn with an intensity scarcely imagined to be possible. When I watch this boy, I look back on the time I was called a genius and think how ridiculous it was." And let's see if we can find another one. "When there is a true desire in the heart, and that desire is strong, that is when he finds real strength that even he did not know he had." And then here's another one where he says, "What nonsense. What nonsense. In the grand scheme of time, you're nothing more than a trivial footnote in the brief history of a cluster of huts called the Leaf Village. In time, the Hokage stone faces will crumble and be worn down to nothing." And then, of course, another one where he just says, "Everything will be mine." And here's another one where he says, "This child intrigues me to no end." And here's another one for Orochimaru. "How impressive. 1,000 foes stand before you and you don't even bat an eyelid." Ooh, here's a real long one. "I want to obtain all the jutsu and gain a true understanding of everything in this world. The first one to mix blue and yellow called the new color green. I want to do something similar to that. If blue is the chakra, and then yellow is the seal, and green is the jutsu. Just as there is no end to the variety of colors, there are so many thousands, tens of thousands of jutsu in the world as well. But in order to obtain every possible jutsu in truth, it would require an eternity. Only one who understands everything, after spending such time on this, can be fittingly called the ultimate being." And then another one where he says, "Maybe, just maybe, there is no purpose in life. But if you linger a little while longer in this world, you might discover something of value in it. There probably isn't any meaning in life. Perhaps you can find something interesting to do while you are alive, like how you found that flower, like how I found you. It's human nature not to realize the true value of something unless they lose it. Either people change or they die before they do. It's one or the other." And then another one from Orochimaru. "Darkness, when everything you know and love is taken away from you so harshly. All you can think about is anger, hatred, and even revenge. And no one can save you." And that's just the majority of Orochimaru's lines. Now, when you said after I do Orochimaru, don't forget to bring that beat back. And which character is that? That's not Baloo from Jungle Book, is it? That's not Baloo, is it? Who's that character? It's kind of lost on me. I got to remember big list of names that you wanted me to go through yesterday when we kind of talked a little bit, CJ. During one of my either my One Piece stream or my Hero stream. It was probably during my One Piece stream when I was talking about voices. I'm also pulling up another character as well. Oh, Cody! Cody from Street Fighter. Hold on, let me get Cody then. Oh, this dude. Okay. Cody! Save image. Then we'll go to Cody in the wiki. Then I'll switch over to Cody right here. It's nice that I could do this on the fly like this. All right. Let's see some of his voice lines. Go to Cody Quotes, and let me see how his voice sounds. Really should check out a Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5 stage character theme. I'll check it out. I won't do it here on stream for you guys to hear because of obvious potential copyright reasons, but I will listen to it. Now, let me see Street Fighter quotes. Let me go down to... Street Fighter... Okay, there's Street Fighter versus Tekken. Then there's Street Fighter 5. Okay, so let me hear what Cody sounds like. And then we can go over that one. All right, English voice gallery. Oh, okay. I get it. I get a feeling. I get a feel for his voice. Desk work just isn't my thing. Desk work just isn't my thing, you know? Looks like I can have a little fun now. Let's have some fun on easy survival mode. Then on normal survival mode. So then, are we going to fight or what? Then on hard survival mode, I haven't been through it like this in a long time. And then extreme survival mode, I won't let up on you for even a minute. Training mode, punishment by fists is a policy I carried over from the previous mayor. And then training mode again, all you've done will eventually come back to haunt you. Then we have, let's see. Let me see if we can find some introductions. Versus mode, generic. Miss Marlowe would kill me if she knew I'd been conducting business on your face instead of in my office. Hey, you pick a fight with me and this is what you get. Quit crying already. Let me read that again. Hey, you pick a fight with me and this is what you get. Quit crying already. Well, I guess I better get back to the office. I got some documents itching for me Oh, wait, for me signature? For me signature? Alright, I got a good feel for it. Well, I guess I better get back to the office. I got some documents itching for my signature. My schedule's not exactly open, but I could pencil you in for another go if you want. Sorry about that. I got a meeting to get to, so I had to rush things here. And then we got his versus mode with character specific. So, Abigail, you're gonna help me take this city to even greater heights, right? I like bikes too, but try and keep it down, okay? As mayor, I don't want to have to deal with noise complaints. I don't need to follow some path or anything. I got my fists to get me through. You hit like a truck, but you still got a lot to learn. You may be a pro boxer, but I fought thugs on the street that packed more of a punch than you. And then, here's another one saying, chains, huh? I'm no stranger to restraints myself. And then, geez, you're pretty wild, huh? Not that I'm complaining. I'm all for fighting crazy too. Look, I get that you're dealing with a lot, but this was just a fight to me. I did my time and paid my dues, so you're gonna get off my back, right? And this is in reference to Chun-Li. So this is what I was like back then, huh? And this is a mirror match. Very solid work, can definitely fully master him in no time. Sweet! Keep dreaming, buddy. The day you become the strongest ain't coming. Yeah, I know you're enlightened and all, but that's not for me. I'm a brawler through and through. And he's talking to Dalsum. Japan was built on fighting, huh? I kinda like the sound of that. Give me a break. I'm not into knocking kids around. And here's another one where he says, my days of playing hero are over, but seeing a shady guy like you is making me miss those days. Wait, does he have like a New Yorker accent? Have I been missing out on that? Okay, so he doesn't have an accent, but he still says words like use. King, president, and now God? The mayor has given everyone a beating. Scrapping with a soldier isn't gonna score me any political points, but whatever. Totally worth it. A ninja schoolgirl, huh? I'd stick to school if I were you. You'll end up like me if you don't. Sorry, but I'm not the type to just take a beating and do nothing about it. You want to kill me? Fine. Next time, try a bit harder, though. So a spoiled brat like you's fighting for fun, huh? Oh, wait, let me read that again. So a spoiled brat like you's fighting for fun, huh? Guess me and you got more in common than I thought. Take it down a notch, man. It's just a fight. In his Street Fighter Alpha and Street Fighter 4 appearances, he wore chains and prison stripes. Yeah, that was one of the photos it had for Cody when I was looking for it, but I went with the one where he was wearing a suit instead, because it was more pronounced for people to see. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something kind of slimy about you. I don't like it. Jiu-jitsu, huh? Not interested in picking it up, but I'm more than happy to go against it in a fight. Best get back to work. I trust you can take care of everything from here, Officer Morgan. Schedule an appointment if you want a rematch. There's no point messing up that mug of yours. I'll just come off looking like some sort of hero. The city council decides Metro City's fate. You can save your little fortune-telling antics for someone else. Man, you're all gloom and doom, aren't you? I mean, I'm no ray of sunshine myself, but dang. What the heck are you supposed to be? Jeez, what happened while I was behind bars? You may be ancient, but I can tell you got a thirst for throwing down. I'm a busy man. If you want to promote your shows, ask the guy I replace. Yeah, the whole wind thing is nice and all, but I'm more of a breaking rocks kind of guy. You keep running your mouth about beauty this and beauty that, but there's nothing beautiful about losing, right? I used to know a real bruiser like you. He was a pretty good pro wrestler for an old man. Bushinryu, huh? Man, talk about a blast from the past. And those are Cody's lines. Who's next? You know what, CJ? This was actually a very phenomenal idea of me having the characters' pictures up that I'm doing. Instead of people just trying to guesstimate on who it is and automatically know who it is, they have a face that they can link it to. CJ, you're the real MVP for this voice stream, because this is what I'm going to be doing from now on, so people at least know what I'm going for. Thank you. Because I would have kept with a black background. I would have kept it with a black background this whole time had you not said anything. All right, who's got another one? Who's got another one? Let me see. Maybe I can come up with one on my own. This Ryu, Kage, Akuma. I got an idea. Rat Trap from Transformers Beast Wars?
Well, alright if you're asking. I'll see what I can do about it.
So, let's look up Rat Trap. You did want me to do Rat Trap Rat Trap lines. Alright, so let me get his quotes, and then let me get Rat Trap's picture. Save image. Alright, so we got a couple of lines here. Repeated line from Rat Trap. We're all gonna die. And another one for Rat Trap and Dinobot. Would you lie down and groan for crying out loud? You're supposed to be half dead.
If you do not shut up, vermin, you shall be my role model.
Oh yeah, and who's gonna? Tigatron growls. Alright, I'm shutting up. If it ain't the dinosaurs up your nose, it's the felines. I hate to say it, but we're trapped like rats. And then Rat Trap once again saying, "We're all gonna die." Everyone glares at him. Yeah, I know. Shut up, Rat Trap. Then Waspinator.
Two-head throw Megatron in lava pit. Megatron wants slag two-head. Waspinator down with that.
And then another one for Rat Trap. "This was the party I expected." And then Optimus Primal saying, "Let's mingle." With your modulator, you could easily do Chakra Vartan from Ashura's Wrath 2. And then, you say Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. Cycle says Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. I wonder. Let's see if we can do... Let me bring up Chakra Vartan as well. And then I'll bring up Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. Because the way with Chakra Vartan's voice, he has a very heavy echo to it. Real quick, let me bring my voices up. And let me go down to... Let's see if we can find... Cave. Because I have a cave sound effect. Okay. There's cathedral. But not exactly what I was looking for. Maybe I need more reverb. But I was looking for like a deep cave sound. Of course, this may work since when you're fighting Chakravartin in Ashura's Wrath, there's like an endless reverb in the infinite void you fight him in. So this might work. Chakravartin. Okay, here we go. And we got loads of quotes. We got a lot of quotes. Sweet. Your Rat Trap is top of the heap. Your Waspinator was even more so. Well, thank you, CJ. But now, let's move on to Chakra Vardan. Let me get his picture up for you guys. And here we go. Save image. I'm gonna have to make a whole separate folder for different voices that I do. Just so I can have them saved instead of spread out all over. And this picture is kind of big. So, minimize. There we go. Chakravartin. And then we go back down. Here we are. You have done well to come this far. Who am I? I am the true God, the embodiment of the wheel of life, the spinner of all mantra. I hold everything in the palm of my hand. I bestowed the power of mantra on you, and I unleashed the Goma upon the world to test you. And you have proved yourself worthy by overcoming these trials. That is why you are here. You may go now, back to the wheel of life. You have exceeded my expectations and are worthy of my praise. You wish to remain in this world. You are no longer needed here. But if you insist. And then to Ashura about his plan and his orchestration of the conflict on Gaia. I am the guide of all beings, the one who has bestowed mantra upon your ancestors.
I had the planet's will give birth to Viltra, and scattered the Goma around this world to test you, all to shape you into a suitable vessel. The one who controls the planet is the one fit to guide it. I am Chakravartin. It is I who keeps the wheels of this planet in motion. Now give me your hand, Redeemer Ashura. Receive the mantra's power, and with it create a new world order. Everything is as I have intended it. Knowing the difference in power between us will also lead you to true understanding.
Then another one when he's to himself after defeating Ashura and Yasha.
Another failure. In that case, I shall bring an end to this world and begin it anew, just as I have always done. I will eventually rebuild this world. Until then, enjoy the rest of your lives. It matters not to me what you do.
Then to Ashura,
you are the Redeemer. You must become the god of this world. You must accept your fate. If you do not, this world will come to an end. If you do not accept this world, return to nothing.
Then to Ashura responds to not everything bends to your will.
It must. You will accept your fate. If you do not, this world will come to an end. The suffering this world has seen was all to choose my heir, and the one who overcomes my trials shall be the redeemer of this world. Arrogant destructor, I shall erase your very existence.
And then his final words to Ashura are,
"This is not my destiny."
So, those were a couple of lines from Chakravartin there. And next up was Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. So, let me pull up some lines for him. When he says world, he actually means reality and cosmos. Yeah, that much I pretty much... Hold on. That much I pretty much surmised due to him being a literal universal being. Him just talking about the world that you're on, or the world that you fight on in the game, is not the world he meant. He meant the entire universe and all of reality itself. So, let's go ahead and see if we can get Ryu Hayabusa. Let's get him in here real quick. We're making some good time with this stream. Family's out getting lunch right now, so I'll probably end the stream at some point soon. So that way I can actually eat my food. Then get back to recording more LEGO Star Wars. So here's some Ryu Hayabusa. How long is this stream going for? An hour and 31 minutes? You know what? Let's make Ryu the last one. Let's make Ryu the last one. And then you guys can put up in the comments down below or go into Discord and let me know the voices you want me to have for the next voiceover stream. Which I'll do another one this week. I'll do another one. I feel like I want to do it. I very much feel like I want to do another one. So now let's look for the tone of Ryu Hayabusa, or at least I have a feeling of how his voice actually sounds. So let me just pull his lines from Warriors Orochi, because he was a character inside of Warriors Orochi as well. And he has a whole bunch of lines. And since he's a ninja, I might as well sound like deep and brooding and dark and mysterious. A storm is brewing. Those who stand against me are doomed to fail. Fade into the depths of oblivion. Mission accomplished. That battle was ours from beginning to end. This is something I obtained during my last mission. You can have it. I knew you would be successful. I see you were unable to accomplish your mission. I defeated many enemy officers in the last battle. Those that stand in my way pay for it with their death. I have not been given a chance to go to battle lately. I suppose patience must be one of a ninja's virtues. I have fought in many battles recently. Even in this world, my destiny to eradicate darkness remains unchanged. Parties like these really aren't my thing. However, I should probably keep that to myself while I'm here. Enemies slain. Darkness is fated to eventually be destroyed. A feat that no ordinary man may hope to match. Ayane, you have fought well. You have impressive martial, or rather, mystical prowess. Your wild and carefree style is indeed unrivaled in battle. The darkness can be destroyed, and yet the shadow remains. I still have a mission to complete. It matters not what face my enemy wears. Impressive. Ayane, my apologies. I expected little from such a weapon, but it has proven quite useful. Try Yasuke from Samurai Warriors 5? Okay, I'll do him next then. He'll be the last one. Yasuke from Samurai Warriors 5 will be the last one. Benkei, are you here to help me? To be saved by a shinobi of a different style. Unfortunate that you believe me to be struggling. I shall accept your aid, however. You cannot defeat me. The strength of your spirit has impressed me, however. Excellent, Ayane. You have further improved your skills. Ayane, I regret the inconvenience. I should be the one supporting you. Impressive. You have complete control of a power beyond that which mortals can understand. Benkei, you are going to help me? My thanks. Let us reclaim the initiative. Impressive, Shadow. I would expect no less from the head of the Iga Ninja. To be saved by a shinobi of a different style. I shall remember the name of Hanzo Hattori. Far more impressive than I expected. We cannot possibly lose this battle if you are with us. The Hajinmon sect of the Mugen Tenshin Ninja Clan. You have shown me the strength you possess. Ayane, I shall not waste words. Please, fight alongside me. And that's where I'm going to cut it off for Ryu. Let me go to Yasuke from Samurai Warriors. Samurai Warriors 5. And let me see if he has any quotes. Ah, he does. And he only has 2. Apparently, he only has 2 right here. Haven't unlocked Ayane and Warriors Orochi 4 yet. Is she even in it? I don't know. I haven't played Warriors Orochi and played through like the expansion yet, so I don't know. I'm looking and I'm trying to see if she's in Warriors Orochi 4. I don't think I'm seeing it though. Let's see. Warriors Orochi 3, Warrior Orochi 3 Ultimate, but not Warriors Orochi 4. So only Ryu is in Warriors Orochi 4. All right. So, I was about to move on to Yasuke before I even got his actual photo. So let me get his picture down. Okay. Switch it from Ryu to Yasuke. Oh, this man's got a big photo. This brother's got a big photo. These brothers got a big photo. Like, really big. All right. So, we got some lines from Yasuke here. I need some more quotes, however, because they only give me 2 when he's speaking. When he's only speaking to William from the Neo game, which is also a Koei Tecmo game, but I need his quotes, though. Let's see. Can I get one that gives me his quotes? No. Stop being difficult. Give me Yasuke's quotes. Give me Yasuke. It really doesn't want me to give his quotes. It only has his lines from Neo. Like when he says, I dreamt of becoming a samurai, so that I could fight with Lord Nobunaga. Who do you fight for? That spirit? I have met men who have fought, struggled, and died to create a world without war, where people and spirits can coexist in harmony. I fight for them. Lord Nobunaga told me that he would make me a true samurai someday, but he died before it could happen. It seems you have achieved it on your own. Historically, he spoke Japanese and at least 2 other languages. Hold on, give me a sec. All right, I'm back. Had to help family bring some lunch up. They got my lunch here, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude today's stream with these Yasuke lines that I did here. I do need to work on my African voice. I do need to work on that, just a little. Lord Nobunaga told me that he would make me a true samurai someday, but he died before it could happen. It seems you have achieved it on your own. Most likely English and Portuguese in addition to his native tongue. That's interesting. The fact that, I just love the fact that in history there was a black samurai before Afro samurai who actually existed. and he served one of the most prolific members of Japanese society, Oda Nobunaga. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that that's cool? That is actually awesome. I just love that idea. That we, in the history of the world, it's not an act of fiction, it's actually real. To have an actual black samurai, or at least in real life, have a black samurai in real life. It's actually kind of cool when you think about it. But unfortunately, I'm not able to find any lines from Yasuke online that I can link to his voice. Aside from some lines he said to William in the Neo game from 2019, 2018. It won't even give me any lines of the way he is in Samurai Warriors 5, which is quite odd. So unfortunately, I can't get any lines for Yasuke at this time other than the ones I just read out. Or maybe I could just look up the cutscene. Where Kenshin and Yasuke and Ieyasu have a scene. I really hope that I can read this cutscene. Dang it, it's in Japanese! Even the subtitles are in Japanese! Why would you do this to me? This annoys me to no end. Okay, we'll just have to save this for another time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the voices I was able to do were enough to satisfy you for the hour and 44 minutes that I've done this. Thank you, CJ, for suggesting and pretty much help make these voiceover streams a lot better and a lot more appealing to the eye by having me have the pictures of characters that I do up here so that people know the characters that I'm going over. Hold on real quick. I'll probably have to take a screenshot. Can I take a screenshot this way? Wait, there was a black samurai in real life? Yes, his name was Yasuke. And actually, let me pull up Yasuke's history. Let me give you like a little bit of a backstory about who Yasuke was. So you know of Oda Nobunaga. He's a character that many of us play in Warriors Orochi and Samurai Warriors, and he's just known as the Demon King. Well, Oda Nobunaga was an actual Japanese daimyo in the past, and under his servitude, he had an African man by the name of Yasuke, who he named Yasuke. And it was the first time that Oda had ever seen a black person before. And he thought that Yasuke was incredibly unique because he never seen anyone with dark skin before. And so Yasuke was... Okay, so here it is. Yasuke was a man of African origin who served as Kashin retainer under the Japanese daimyo Oda Nobunaga. In 1579, Yasuke arrived in Japan in the service of the Italian Jesuit missionary Alessandro Valignano, visitor of missions in the Indies and India. Yasuke was one of the several Africans to have come with the Portuguese to Japan during the Nanban trade, and is thought by some to have been the first African that Nobunaga had ever seen. He was also present during the Honnoji incident, the forced suicide of Nobunaga at the hands of his general Akechi Mitsuhide in 21 June of 1582. So, he's basically the weapon bearer and retainer of Oda Nobunaga himself. No one knows when he died because it's unknown here. No one knows when he was born either. We just know that an African man in the 1500s served under one of the most well-known Japanese individuals in history. But that's just a little bit of history of Yasuke. So if you see Yasuke in video games or whatever, Yasuke was an actual person. And I think I just saved this as, well, actually, the way I have it set up for the thumbnail ought to be just fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to call it a session here for today. Looking forward to the next day where I can do another voiceover stream. Get y'all a list of characters y'all want me to go over ready, because I want to go a little bit longer than I did here today. And given the suggestion of CJ, don't worry, there will be no more voiceover dark black screens, but I'll be including the characters that I'll be doing the voices of, so you guys know exactly who I'm doing a voice of rather than me saying who, and you guys can know for the duration of the stream. So thank you, CJ, for helping improve these streams. Like I said, you guys help make this channel better, and suggesting like CJ's is what helps make streams like this even better, because now you have something to link my voice to. So once again, CJ, always just another reason why you're one of my most trusted moderators here on this channel, because you be coming up with ideas like this. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and call it a session here for today. Hope you all enjoyed my voices, whether I pulled it off or if I need work. I know I need work on a lot of them, but I really do hope you all enjoyed the voices that I managed to bring you guys today. And the next voiceover stream is going to be even better than this one, because now it's going to be even more lively thanks to CJ's suggestion. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Didn't see the Netflix movie of him. I have not watched the Yasuke anime. I need to watch it, though. I feel like I need to watch it. But I will, Blaziken. Well, all I can say is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing or even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always,